Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. We're in a brand new trade day evaluation, and while every time I say this is the one, this one might not be the one, but I do feel a lot better about my ability to make the right decisions in regards to risk management. I'm feeling good about my ability to stop when I should, because winning money isn't my problem, it's keeping it. And so if I fail this evaluation, I want to do it the correct way, with great risk management. Obviously, I'd prefer not to fail it, but if I fail following my rules, making the right decisions, then I'm going to be more proud of that than I was to be up 1700 just doing really stupid gambling. One thing I noticed is that sometimes when I focus on one thing, I just completely forget everything else. And so yesterday I was really focused on just adhering to that max daily loss. And it's not that I manifested doing terribly, but I also just didn't trade like I normally do. It was pretty bad. So let's try and do a better job at focusing on everything that we need to do, not just one little part. That means taking the right trades during consolidation and taking the right trades during direction, not just going for the high or low of day break every time. Every day and every moment is unique, and price action could change at any moment. And depending on that action, there are trades that make more or less sense. A 5-point stop and a 20-point take profit during a choppy day with lots of consolidation is really dumb. Doing that when we're really making some directional moves is a great idea. It's where you can make a lot of money. But when you try to do that on a day where nothing's really happening, you're just gonna get stopped out every time. And that's pretty much what happened yesterday. So let's do a better job at actually super scalping, which isn't really actually super scalping. It's just trading based on whether price is making directional moves or consolidating. And I would like to step away from taking 50 billion trades in 10 seconds, partly because it's dumb and it doesn't actually do well for me. Well, yeah, I guess that's the only reason. I don't know why any other reason would matter. It loses money, don't do it. Alright, hope you're doing well, and let's do this. Alright, I'm in from the future here. I only took a few trades today, so I thought I would actually explain my thought process behind each trade. After this big candle that went up, a lot of times you'll have those big moves up, and when they pull back really quickly, it's just kinda, it's done. That's all it was gonna do. It was just gonna shoot up and then come back. And so I took a guess that the move was over and that we were gonna fall back down, and I just happened to be wrong. It was a 50-50 trade with a really good risk to reward ratio, you know? I thought it was pretty obvious that either that move was over going up and that it was going to go through the low of day, or it wasn't done moving up and it was going to go up from there. And I guessed wrong, and nothing wrong with that. Seeing just how wrong I was with a candle half the size of the entire morning range, I was like, all right, let's go. We're breaking the high of day with that much momentum. And so it went up, and when it came down, I actually decided to add another contract to that position. I think it averaged down like maybe 1 point, and I left the stop loss where it was. So we've got one contract with a 5-point stop and one contract with a 4-point stop. And I'll just let this play out for a little bit. The weird thing about today is that most of the time when you get up to something like the high of day or down to the low of day, you get a lot of momentum. I call them volatility candles. Just a huge spike that goes through. And that wasn't happening. And recently there have been 2 instances of massive reversals at the high of day. So I said, nuh-uh, not this time. And I took off one contract for like plus 10 points and I left one on. So worst case scenario, it would hit my stop loss and I would still be up just a couple points. After it broke the high of day there by just like 2 points or so and immediately came down, I was like, okay, nope, I'm out of here. And shortly after that, it came down quite a bit, but it did actually end up going to my profit target, but I'm fine with what I did here. This trade was just me trying to call the top, so not really a great trade, but also I did it in a way where my risk was extremely tiny and the reward was pretty good, and it just didn't happen to work, so lost like 2 points there. Not a super big deal, not a really great trade either though. So then, when we came up to here, I said to myself, wait for confirmation of this little, I guess you could call it support, to break. So this candle kind of broke the recent beautiful structure that this price action was following. So I said, all right, we're going down. So I sold at the very bottom. The very bottom. And that got taken out. And I said, okay, I'm done there. All right, whatever. I mean, that was literally the worst entry possible. So we'll just end it there. Alright, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.